Hello, everyone. Hello. We're going to give a few minutes for people to get into the live here. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can see everything okay. That would be great too. Thank you. Hello. I'm not for sure how to see comments here. There we go. Hi, Lisa. I don't know if you guys can hear the cicadas. Ooh, they're like going crazy here in Chicago. I'm not for sure what's going on with that, but um, yeah, they're a little loud, but we'll work through it. So we'll just wait a few more moments for people to come into the room or to come to the video or live or whatever we're going to call it. And we'll start from there. Hi, Denise. I tried to do like a call out today on Instagram to try to get people to come over. We'll go from here. You guys don't hear it. Okay, cool. Because they're pretty loud, and it was really loud was it last summer? I think when we had the whole out, like they all came out from the ground. It was kind of crazy, really loud. So I guess I'll go ahead and get started. It is like 11:00 or 7:03 or whatever. And so today's plan is kind of ruined because I was actually going to recreate a card that I made and posted a couple days ago, but I cannot find the stencils that I used. But we're going to recreate pretty much the same card with some different stencils. And I did not get the names of the stencils. So if you are in this room and you know the name of them, please comment. But we're going to be recreating this card here, something really close to it. We'll see how it goes. I really liked this card. I really liked making it. Hi, Heidi. But I cannot find these stencils in my craft room. I almost have a feeling that I left them in a paper towel drying when I cleaned them off. And I almost feel like they got thrown away, not by me, but I'll have to keep looking for them to see if I have them. But yeah, I created this card. I really liked it. So we're just going to recreate this card using some different stencils, but pretty much the same concept. All right. So the stuff we're going to be using today, we're going to use some black cardstock, white cardstock, white card base. We are going to be using this stamp set Tropical Bouquet. And we're going to be using this stencil here, which is a 2-piece stencil. It looks like some kind of wave situation. I don't know the name. Please put the name in the comments if you know the name. And then I have this one, which I believe this one is Cheetah. I believe. I can't remember. So please let me know in the comments. So we are going to go ahead and get started. We are going to be making this background. And then I have, just to save time, I did go ahead and stamp out this stamp here. And I stamped it out and I cut it with the Scan and Cut. I just went ahead and did that because I did not want to have you guys wait for me to cut this. So wavy masking stencil. Thank you. So I did go ahead and cut this. That is going to be used like for this white piece of paper. I'll stamp it out, but I'm not going to cut it out right now. It's already cut out. So we will go ahead and get started. Cheetah spots. Okay. I knew it was something like that. So how we are going to do this, you guys, is we are going to place this stencil here. And we are going to put some tape on the back of this. I'm just using some little pieces that I had left over for some cards that I made earlier. All right, so we have this one down, right? And now we want to make sure that we get this right. So, all righty. So what we're going to do, let's see here. We'll go ahead and put this one down. And we'll get some tape. Now we'll try to watch for comments. We're just going to tape this down to the table. All right, so this is a little crooked. What's going on here? Let's try to. There we go. Let's get everything taped down. All right, and I may need to, let's scoot this down a little bit so you guys can see this. All right, now we are just going to do some ink blending here. I'm going to go ink blend like I did on this card. So we'll ink blend vertically down. Vertical, yeah. And then we'll see how this works out. So let's go ahead and get started. Might need to re-ink this ink pad soon. How do you like the scan and cut? I love the scan and cut. And if you guys ask a question, I'll answer right away. Just keep posting the question, so when I look up, I'll see it. I like the scan and cut. It does a lot of things that I don't know how to do. I mainly just use it in place of dies. If I don't have a die set for something, I need it cut out. That's what I use. And I love it. It actually does the job that it's supposed to. So I have one of the older ones. I've had it for 3 or 4 years. So I think they've had a new one since then. But I do love it. It works wonders. It's a money saver. I mean, it's an investment, but then, later on it pays for itself by cutting out the dies. You guys, we're just doing every other color of the rainbow here because the two, like red and yellow make orange. So we don't have to use ink for that. Good way to save ink. Good way to do ink blending without having to have all the colors because it's not necessary to do this. So, then we'll go in here with the blue. Then we'll go back in here with the yellow a little bit to try to blend some of this out. There we go. And then we'll do the purple. This might be the shortest video I've ever done, actually, because this card isn't too difficult to make. You can mass produce this pretty easily, I think. Okay, so what we're going to do is remove this. Ooh, love it. It's so pretty. And then we're going to put the mask on. Maybe. There we go. And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to do all black, and we'll see how this looks. Hopefully it looks as cool as this one does. The reason I like this one is because it has the white bars between the color and the black. I thought that was really cool to see. So hopefully this will do almost a similar situation. Hi, Andrea. So now we're just going to take some black ink and we're just going to go to town here. And I feel like I'm being brave because this is actually just going straight onto the card base and not an actual card panel. So it's kind of like, ooh, if we mess this up, we mess this up. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for joining me this evening. You guys know I got to meet Justin last weekend at the expo. He was teaching a class there, or teaching some how to Copic color, and I got to meet him for about, I don't know, a minute because he was busy. But that was cool seeing someone on a design team that we're on, and he's able, I was able to see him. He lives relatively close. He lives out in one of the suburbs of Chicago. So we're going to try to meet up and have some crafty time together at some point in our lives when we're not super busy and don't have a bunch of stuff going on. So now we're just going to go through here, maybe take all this extra ink off the stencils and just kind of get that rubbed in. Hopefully I just didn't scrape that across the color. If so, you know what? We'll fix it somehow. We'll put a sequin or a strip of paper over it. All right, so I haven't either, Denise. Hey, I don't think I've ever stenciled with black ink. Yeah, it's scary. I do it often with some Galaxy backgrounds, but never like just a whole stencil. So it's kind of cool. Hi, Sandy. All right, are you guys ready for the reveal here? This is going to be amazing, I think. So let's see how this looks. Oh my God. That looks cool. And I feel like I need to make a rainbow cheetah now. Look how cool that is. Oh my God, that's so cool. Oh, and you know what? I did not do it on the card base. So actually I can cut this down and we can make a mat around it, which might bring it out even more. But that's super cool. I really like this. And it has the white lines in it. It's close to this. I think that's pretty cool. Woo! So excited. Let's clean this off. Feel free to send that to me. You know what? If you email me or send me a message with your address, I'll send you this card. You can have it. Let's see here. So you know what? I think we're going to cut this down. I mean, you guys, I don't literally only been here on 15 minutes and we're almost done with the card, which is crazy. We're going to cut this down a bit. And unlike the other one, I did do this on the card base. So I'm not for sure why I didn't do that on this one. I think I was kind of, you know, losing my mind because I could not find those stencils, you know. And you know how, like in your craft room, you can't find something, you'll spend 400 years looking for it. And then once it's, you know, once you're done with your little event or whatever you're doing, it's like, oh, there it is. So they'll show up, of course. We're just going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Don't ask me why I cut every side. I'm just kind of crazy, and that's what I do. All right, so let's get a black mat here. Let's see how this looks. Pretty good, although I do think I want to cut this down just a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know why I do all 4 sides. It just kind of happens. And I think because I know that every side has a smooth edge. I think because sometimes, you know, when you're you know, you'll get one piece of paper that's not smooth on the side, and it kind of, that drives me crazy. So that's what we got going on here. Now let's see how this fits on here now. Yeah, like I like the thin border around that. So we'll go ahead and get this glued down. I can make sure my pattern stays centered. Yes, exactly. That's another reason I do it as well. Got a little bit of glue on this, but that's okay. It'll dry and we can use the eraser to get it off. What I'm trying to prevent is I have ink on my fingers, so I'm trying to prevent it from showing up on the white part of this card. All right. So we'll just use this to press this down so I don't have to use my fingers. Hi, Leah. All right, so we have that. We'll go ahead and get this glued down to the card base. You guys, I'm a sucker for a mat. I don't know. I love it. Is that a hockey puck? It isn't. Oh, you hear my dogs? It is, I think some people call it a Chucky tool. Some people call it a pressure tool. It is used so when you're using your MISTI, you can put pressure on your stamp and not have to use your hand. Because sometimes you just need, like when you run your hand smooth over the MISTI, sometimes it just doesn't work right and it doesn't feel right, right? So you take this and you just rub it like this and it makes you get a good impression. So that's what that is. And then okay, so that is another dog barking in the alleyway. And then my dog is answering that dog. And then your dogs are answering my dog. Great. I feel like I'm on a Zoom call right now. Okay, so here we go. We have the panel onto the card base. I love how this is looking. I almost don't want to cover this up, but we're going to. And this can go here. Let's see here. Maybe like this. I want to see. Yep. All right. So we'll use some foam tape there. We'll pop this up because it needs to be away from the panel because it gets a little bit too mixed up into the pattern because it is black and white and there's some black and white. It probably would have been better actually for me now that it's already glued down, but it probably would have been better for me to place it this way. I think that looks better. It doesn't get so caught up in the black and white, but you know what? We live and we learn and we know what not to do next. Actually, we're going to put it on this side. How do we feel about that? Hearts. Leave it on this side. Hearts. Leave it on this side. Mad face or something. Or thumbs up. So on this side, thumbs up. This side, hearts. Let me know what you think. Or does it matter? Do you guys think it matters? Oh, we got some hearts. Okay. Hearts, hearts, hearts. All right. Seems like it's going to be hearts. It's going to be on the left side. But you guys see what I mean, though? Like, it totally gets lost in the black and white over here, right? It just looks kind of weird. But over here, I just think it looks better. So, all right. Let's see here. What ink are you using, please? I am using Ink on 3 ink. It's their Atelier ink. It's pretty good ink. She only has a limited number of colors, but they do ink well, and you can find a link to her store in my link tree. If you go to my Instagram, it's under Bromero Cards. You can find it there, or I can send you a link if you message me. I'll send that to you. Let's see here. So we'll go ahead and remove this. Oh, I bent this a little bit and I got yellow ink on it. Lord, you guys. You can't really tell though. All right, so we'll stick this guy here. You're welcome, Andrea. And now we will put a sentiment on this. And kind of like it that way too. All right, let's see. So we're going to get a sentiment here. We're just going to use the same sentiment from here. It's going to be we'll do hope your day is beautiful. That's what we used on the other one. I'm just going to try to get this lined up as best as I can with the camera over my... All right, that looks good. And we're going to do some white heat embossing. Let me prep my paper here. Don't want to press too hard because you don't want to smash the sentiment down too bad because you want it to be able to be red. And you don't want too much powder getting clogged up on it. There we go. And we got a little stragglers on here, so we will take a brush and just brush off some of this. All right. You guys, that little stamp is a stamp of me. I don't know if you saw it on the paper that I was using for the embossing powder, but that little stamp is for the back of my cards. That's what I use to show who made it. All right, we're gonna heat emboss this. Sorry if it's loud. Heat embossing is always so magical. All right. That's heat embossed. We'll let that cool off for a second so that it doesn't burn my fingers. I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you guys before, but if you really want to put someone in some pain, just pour some embossing powder on it and eat it up. All right, let's get this sentiment cut out. We're going to do our best to get it as straight as possible. As close as possible. I think we've done pretty good here. Let's beautiful. Alrighty, so should we stick this on the side here? I think it's a pretty good spot. I'm not for sure I want to cover up the flower, you know, we want it to have a main piece. Maybe up here. So let's do a heart for here. And let's do a thumbs up for here. And I'll just wait a few seconds to see what happens. Okay, we got a thumbs up. So thumbs up is here. Is it the only one we have? If so, that's where it'll go. So like right there, I think that's going to be the spot. All right, so we want to put a little bit of foam tape. Where are my scissors? Here they are. And we only want to put foam tape on probably on the very end here because the rest of it's going to be glued. I think it's a pretty good spot. Let's do one more piece. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. What about the chef's treat? That's what I want. All right, let's see. So we got right here. Let me make sure this is straight. All right, it looks pretty good, you guys. Does it need me bling? Let's see if we can. I just want to see if it needs any bling. Yeah, I think a little bling might help. So we're going to put some bling on this too. All right, well, we can't have an even number of bling, so let's get an odd number on here. Let's see here. I think that works. Hi, Margaret. All right, let's get this glued down. All righty. All right, you guys, that's the card. Let me hold it up so you guys can see it. What do you guys think? You like it? And actually, while we're here, we'll go ahead and stamp my little face on the back of it. So we can go ahead and get that done. I am so going to try it. That's awesome. If you try it, share it on Instagram or Facebook, tag me so I can see it. I would love to see it. There we go. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon's new to the group. He saw my Instagram and said, give me that information. I want to know how to get there. And I did, and now he's here. So thank you for joining, Brandon. Appreciate it. All right. And then, here's a little close-up of my little face so you guys can see that. I love it. I think it looks super cute. There we go. Check him out. So yeah, that's the card. There we go. Do you guys have any questions or comments? We can chat a little bit if we want. That card took me 35 minutes to make. So if you wanted to mass produce this card, you could totally do that. Actually, it made it easier to have these two stencils separate because on this card, the stencil did not have a mask. So what I had to do was the part that is like these, I don't know what this shape is called, but I had to flip the stencil upside down to get the opposite side so I could do the black. But somehow I got the bricks to line up. Don't know how that did that. That's a happy accident. But yeah. Do they have other versions of the wavy stencil that layers on top? Heidi, can you answer that? I don't have any. Doesn't mean there aren't any. I think maybe this was a relatively new stencil, I believe, or I think I got it recently. So this may be like a new concept for them. Heidi, if you're in here, you can answer the question or maybe answer it later. But yeah, it's really cool. I like it. But yeah, they have a bunch of stencils, you guys. So you should definitely go check out all the stencils that they have. But all right. So if you guys don't have anything else, I guess I will let you go back to your families, your TV, your craft room. whatever you do after this or whatever you're doing before this. So I want to thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for following me on Instagram and all those other places. Other stencil is the Diagonals masking stencil. Okay, so I don't have that one. But thank you so much for supporting me. Go check out Missing Stamps and all the lovely products over there. And I will talk with you guys later. You all have a good one. Bye.